talking a lot this week about the importance of cleansing, and I just thought I would come on really briefly to give a little bit more information. I know a lot of people are going to be sharing this live with their audience and trying to make it so that lots of people can see this. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Rachel Garcia, and I am a physician assistant, or I was. I practiced medicine for 20 years and found out about the importance of cleansing around the year of 2008, which is interesting because it wasn't something that I was taught about in medical school. In medical school, we were taught a lot about pharmacologic medications to treat different sorts of issues that we struggle with as a human population. And, you know, that was fine. It's what we learned. But when my nephew was diagnosed with severe autism in 2008, I began to do a lot of research on specifically autism, and that kind of opened up Pandora's box. And I began to learn a lot about the importance of treating our body the way that it should be treated, giving this amazing machine what it needs so that it can heal itself. I now believe that if you give your body what it needs, if you cleanse out the toxins, balance out your pH and your hormone levels, or help your body to do that, and alkalinize your cells, pour plant-based nutrition into your body, it will work the way it was made to work. And so I'm going to just briefly talk for a little bit tonight about cleansing, because I've been educating and sharing a lot of stories on cleansing this week, and a lot of you have friends maybe who's shared information with you about cleansing. And I wanted to just dive a little bit deeper into that. So my background as a PA, one of the degrees that I had to get was a master's degree in clinical medical sciences, which means I just like to do a lot of research. And so just wanted to give you some basic information on the importance of cleansing. And there's a lot of information on it out there. And I don't know if you've ever done a cleanse or if anybody's ever encouraged you to do a cleanse, but prior to finding out what I'm about to share with you tonight, I didn't really know a lot about cleansing. And I was going to try to share a screen with you tonight, but I just don't think it's going to work. So I'm just going to do my best to kind of give you some insight into some signs that you maybe need to cleanse. Okay, so here's a few signs. If you're noticing these things, then it's likely you are backed up with toxins, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, the plastic from the water bottles we've been consuming now for 10, 15 years, right? The saran wrap we've put on our food in a Tupperware container and stuck in the microwave. You guys, we are poisoning ourselves. And there's a book that I often refer to. In fact, I probably recommend this book at least once a week to somebody who has been recently diagnosed with cancer and is terrified and doesn't know what to do. And I will go back to saying what I said again. I believe with all of my heart that if you cleanse the toxins out of your body and you pour plant-based nutrition in, your body will do what it's supposed to do to get rid of whatever disease, infection, or toxins are in there. Most people aren't willing to go to the extreme that my friend Chris Wark recommends in his book, but I want to tell you there is an entire section on the importance of cleansing and getting the junk out. So here's some signs that maybe you are recognizing that you say, oh gosh, I might need to cleanse. Your eyes are not clear, they're yellow or red. You eat sugar or white flour and or drink a lot of caffeine or alcohol. That probably means that you need to cleanse. You feel lethargic and you're constantly fatigued. You have brain fog. You just don't think clearly anymore. You walk into a room, can't remember why you walked into that room. You need better quality of sleep and you know it. You're not feeling rested when you wake up. You have trouble losing weight. No matter what you do, you have bad breath. You have constipation issues, bowel issues, and skin problems. These are just 9 signs that you probably need to cleanse, okay? Now, I will just tell you, we take our cars in for oil changes every 5,000 miles. If we don't, the lights are going off on the car. You have to do it. The car manufacturers know that car's not gonna make it 200,000 miles for the life of the car if you don't take it in and get the oil cleansed out. Now they don't just pour new oil on top of the old sludgy, gross oil. They dump out the old oil and they put new oil in. Why do you think that you can go through life in this body, in this house, I'm going to call it a house, that we live in through our entire life on this earth, then not cleanse it? And I know a lot of people think, oh, I poop every day, I'm fine. No, we have 7 channels that we actually eliminate through, which I'm gonna educate on here for just a moment. I want to tell you some things that can lead to toxicity. Have you heard the saying that sitting is the new smoking? This is very, very true. If you're sedentary, if you sit all day long, your cells are not getting the opportunity to replenish. They're literally sitting in a cesspool of filth and toxic grossness if you're not moving your lymph system and exercising every day. A poor diet, you know if your diet is poor or not. You don't have to say very much about it. You know if you're consuming more meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread than you are plants, you know you probably need to do better. And then a toxic environment. What are you putting on your body consistently? What are you breathing in? There's a lot of people out there. We've recently had our pool built a couple years ago. My husband is constantly working with people to help them build pools, and the stuff that those guys are spraying out every day, there's a lot of people who work in an environment that's toxic. Maybe it's not a chemical or pollutant toxin, but you're in a stressful, toxic, emotional environment, whether it's in your home life, with your spouse, with your significant other, at work, maybe you have somebody who verbally abuses you every day. All of these things can lead to toxicity. And there's 7 channels that God gave us that eliminate. Your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, and intestines are all eliminatory organs. And then your blood is a massive mover of toxins. It's constantly moving through your body and eliminating, moving your blood through those different organs to filter out all of the junk that we're consuming. And this is an amazing machine. It can filter things out. And it really did a good job of it 100 years ago when we were putting good nutrition in. But you know you're not eating and consuming the same things that your parents and grandparents did. You know, if a child was constipated 100 years ago, 70 years ago, and they weren't pooping, they were going once every couple of days, mom would go out in the woods, get a bunch of herbs and plant mixtures and feed it to their child. Or maybe they'd give them some cod liver oil full of omega-3s that would go through and lubricate the intestinal tract and get everything out. We don't do that anymore, right? People are recommended by their doctors to take Miralax. Go look up what Miralax is, friends. It's antifreeze in a bottle. Don't give it to anyone you love. But it's being recommended by physicians if you struggle with constipation. There's a lot of different areas that we need to work on eliminating and cleansing out. And so what I'm going to talk to you about tonight is a product that incorporates a number of plants and herbs that have been shown to eliminate these organs that I've spoken about. I'm going to give you some signs specifically that your lymphatic system is backed up. And I began to really dive into this research, and I could talk about this for a long time, but I won't. And again, the lymph system is a huge portion of where the toxins and the cesspool of what you've been consuming your whole life and have never eliminated out, it's important. It's really important. Okay. So signs that your lymphatic system is backed up. You have constant headaches. You have brain fog, swollen lymph nodes or tonsils, a lack of energy, recurrent sore throats, mucus in the morning, mucus drainage, especially after dairy or flour down the back of your throat, fluid backup in the ears, especially in children, ear popping, ear ringing, reduced ability to fight infections, frequent colds or flus. Oh, if there's a sickness going around, you're always going to get it. Your lymph system is probably backed up and toxic. You have constipation or sluggish bowel function. You're unable to lose weight. You have soreness or stiffness in the morning, bloating, swelling, or heaviness in extremities. Arms or hands fall asleep while you're sleeping. Pain, pressure, or stiffness along your spine and shoulders. Sore breasts or breast swelling with your menstrual cycle. That's a sign of lymph toxicity. Itchy skin, acne, dry skin, and other skin issues. And so those are all signs that you probably need to cleanse and that your lymphatic system is backed up. I can tell you right now, if you're living on this earth, you need to be cleansing. Now, I've done juice cleanses where you consume all these juices for 7 days straight, but I'm going to give you something really easy, you guys, to do. These are 2 products that one is a capsule formulation, one is a liquid formulation. Remember how I said 70 years ago, if a child was backed up, a mom would go out in the woods and get plants and herbs? Well, this is what we have here. Okay, I prefer the liquid. Your body absorbs the liquid very quickly. It knows what to do with it, but none of the products that this company offers has any sugar in it. So they don't really taste good. So if you're addicted to sugar, if you drink a lot of sodas, a lot of Mountain Dew, you can't drink anything without sugar. And I hear that from people all the time. Oh, I can't take anything that tastes bad. I used to say, oh, just get over it and drink it. Now I'm like, okay, well, the company thankfully figured out that there's a lot of people who cannot consume things that taste bad. They came out with a capsule formulation a couple years ago. So you can take the capsule or the liquid. This is a 7-day treatment to cleanse out your 6 eliminatory organs and the blood that's moving through those eliminatory organs. And I was just doing a little bit of research tonight on these different ingredients that make this so powerful. Turmeric, cilantro. Cilantro is actually known for clearing out heavy metals. Milk thistle, ginger, garlic, oregano, aloe vera, milk thistle. Oh, I have that in there twice. Dandelion and green tea. All things that have been shown to help cleanse out toxins from these organ systems that I've been talking about. Now, most people that are into health and nutrition, you actually probably have all this in your medicine cabinet from 27 different companies, and you take it here and you take it there, but you don't really see results. You guys, we've been posting the testimonies, sharing the testimonies all week from people who've had tremendous results with these products, and it's because they're all incorporated in here. So what you do is you take, this is a half a dropper full, but you take a dropper full of this, put in a little bit of water every night, slam it down for 7 days straight, and it cleanses all of those organs. There's no explosions. There was a guy at my house one time, he heard me speaking on this, and he'd stand at the back of the room, he's probably 6'4", and he said, "Ma'am, I've had that cleanse in my house for a week. I'm terrified to take it. I think there's gonna be an explosion." There are no explosions, I can promise you that. My husband and I just came back from a week of snowboarding out in Utah. We were taking this every day. Those of you who have gone skiing and snowboarding, you know you do not want to take something that's going to have you running for the bathroom, because getting out of all that gear when it's 15 degrees outside is no fun. We had no issues at all. So I just want to recommend that you get some more information on this. Cleansing is the starting point for starting to allow your body to work the way it was made to work. If you're pouring expensive plant-based nutrition into your body, but you're not cleansing, you guys, think about, again, taking your car in. You're not going to pour good oil on top of old sludged up oil. You got to get the junk out first. So I'm about to actually go to another site where I'm going to be featuring 4 to 5 different people sharing their testimonies of what's happened when they started incorporating this plant-based routine into their life. If you would be interested in that, I'm going to give you a Zoom ID to go check out. Okay, so all of us know how to use Zoom now, right? We're all using Zoom every single day. Don't lie and say you're not. Maybe not every day, but at least once a week, most of us are using Zoom. So I'm going to give you a Zoom ID, okay? 815-220-358. So you go to zoom.us and you type in join a meeting, 815-220-358. And if you're watching this live with me, you can jump right on there. We won't see you. You don't have to say anything. In fact, if you do say anything, we won't hear you. You can type in questions if you want, but you're going to get to hear a number of people share how this plant-based regimen has changed their life. And I think that's much more powerful than hearing from one person. And then at the end, I'm going to do a little bit of an education on not just the cleanse, but a few other portions of this plant-based routine. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have questions, get back to the person who shared this with you. Let them know what your questions are, and they will get them answered for you. All right? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. God bless.